I'm coming in. It's Saturday morning. What day is it? 26th of September, and we're setting up We've got a bow stand here that we've set up probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. But I don't know what you want to call this, but like some long-range attractant, and trying to see if I'm getting anything. You can see that I'm getting a couple tracks in the middle of it, but the rains are really just wet it down, and I'm not seeing just a little bit of some tracks right there, and then out there a little bit. But it's a pretty cool spot. It's tucked way back. You can hear the road in the background, but we're probably half a mile from the road. So my plan is to shoot about 15 to 20 yards from there to where I'm standing. I got my camera over here, but I noticed that the guy set up about 100 yards that way. We're supposed to be 100 yards apart, so it's fine, but he's got a multi-feeder with throwing corn. He's packing corn in, and seems to have a little more foot traffic over there with the deer. I can see a lot more tracks. So yeah, I think I'm gonna throw out this, try and get the deer to come back over here, because they were here the first week or so. But I have this block, molasses and corn, I think it's got apple scent in it, block. I'm gonna see if that helps bring them in and kind of sticks out a little more, something more that they can eat right there. And we'll see. I just came and checked the trail camera. Let's see what it's got on it. So it's got, well, it had 92 when I got here. Now it's got 97 pictures, so it's taken a couple. I've been standing here, but we'll see what they are. And then I've got a different camera. It's a cellular one. I'm gonna try and put on there. It's the SpyPoint Micro LTE. I'll show it to you here in a little bit. So this is the block I'm gonna try. Never even heard of Tree Line. Picked it up at Tractor Supply, but Apple Addiction. Think it'll bring a buck like that in? Doubt it. 12% crude protein. So we're gonna set that right there, and then let's see what we got here. I've got this camera, this SpyPoint Micro LTE. I'm gonna throw up here and see if that helps get me pictures real time, and then we can decide next week if we want to try this or go try the lease. So the deal on this place is we have to shoot 2 does, 2.5-year-old does. So basically anything that's old enough to have fawns. I guess they're saying there's like 150. Well, no, what they tell us. Oh, there's 3 does for every 1 buck, I believe. That's what they were saying. Well, I just looked through the card. Actually, a little better than last time. So there was, I don't know, a handful of bucks. Nothing giant. One looked pretty decent, 8-point. Maybe I can show a picture to you if I can pull it off this card. It's acting kind of funny. Yeah, we've got that, and then a couple of does and some fawns, raccoons, fox came through. So it's always interesting to see. So random times though, like I guess the bucks were here pretty early in the morning, like at 7, but everything else was like 3 in the afternoon or in the middle of the night. So that's the problem with not throwing a timed feeder, is they can come in anytime and eat it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm gonna get these cameras set up and show you what it looks like when I'm done. Well, it seems to be working like a charm. So I've got 2 cameras. I'm going to test them side by side. One's an old Browning, and one's the SpyPoint, SpyPoint Micro LT. So we'll see how it does sending the pictures. It just sent me one, so I know it's working. And then I've got the block out. So should work out pretty good. About, I don't know, we're probably 7 yards, 15 feet or so from the cameras, so we'll see how it does with that range. And thankfully I have this pack that I use for hunting out west that does good for bringing in like corn and 25-pound blocks like that. So yeah, it's all good. Right, all buttoned up. Got the camera set up in the block. My blind. Should be a pretty good shot right to that block from here. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm probably, I don't know, half mile, 3/4 of a mile from anywhere close. There's a yard over here maybe. But how does a golf ball end up clear back here in the woods? Strange, right? So, all right, I'm gonna start making my way out. Is a lot of cactus on this trip out, and I had to rearrange around this other guy's stand because that was my trail in, and he put it up right where I walked in. So I don't want to walk through his setup, so I had to find a path around his place. So, oh, here we go. Head on back. No, we're here in our blind. Welcome back to our Saturday. We're here, coming in the feeder down here. There's a couple of nice bugs. I didn't bring my tripod, so you can't really see. But there's one really nice buck in there. See if I can get in close enough so you can see the rocks. There you go. Can they hear us? Turn my baseball off. We're listening to baseball. So we have 4 bucks together. The hunt starts next week. So we'll see what happens. It's so hot. We're sitting in here just sweltering.
It's not even hot.
Can you tell? Jack doesn't even care.
It's not hot.
He's been in the shade.
It's not hot.
So
it's a freaking buck fest.
We have that feeder, and then we have
Yeah, he's looking our way.
another one down here.
My gosh, check out. There's some nice bucks.
So now the dilemma is looking at that buck. I don't think he's 4.5. He's supposed to be 4.5. So we're gonna have to just shoot him anyway. Or something, but he's decent. He's a nice 8. Really long brow tines. So been watching him kind of this summer. It's cool to see him without his velvet on, so we shall see. A Donovan, the spike just showed up. So the good news is we could shoot that doe starting next week as well, but just not the spike. So anyway, we'll have to see what happens. I think we're gonna go set up a pop-up blind over there tonight after dark and be ready for next weekend. So we'll see how it goes. Well, it's been a good night. We just seen, I guess 12 deer. So, and about 40 doves. Jackson wants to shoot one. Anyway, been a good time. It's starting to cool off a little bit finally. It's been so hot. Hoping it cools off by next week.